Hello YouTube, Brian EM from brianem32.com, and today I am filming my first technical tutorial. This tutorial will teach you how to build your own home VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Networking, which allows you to access your home network when you're outside. The goal of this tutorial is to do it quickly, safely, and most importantly, freely. Okay, so fair warning, this tutorial is not exactly a pure beginner's tutorial. There are two things that I expect that you already understand: the ability to do port forwarding with your router, and the ability to modify a file in Linux using either Vi, Nano, or Vim. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So the first step, we're actually going to download VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is an open source hypervisor by Oracle. And so to download that, we go to virtualbox.org. And since we will be doing a Windows host, we will be downloading the Windows version. So click on Downloads, and then click on Windows Hosts, and then go ahead and let that download. Okay, so after that downloads, go ahead and click on it. And for this tutorial, we will do all defaults. So click Next, keep everything default, click Next, and hit Yes. Okay, so when it finishes, go ahead and let it start. So when I click Finish, it should start up. And it's down here. Okay, so the next step is we're going to download the VPN appliance, and that is in OpenVPN.net. So open up OpenVPN.net, and then we're going to click on VPN solution. Then we're going to download the Access Server Virtual Appliance. And we're actually going to download the virtual appliance for VMware ESXi right here. And then you click on the link, which is down here, the OVA, so the AES OVA file, and go ahead and let that download. Okay, so when that finishes downloading, go ahead and minimize the browser, and we're going to go to the VirtualBox, and we're going to import that OVA file. So click on File, Import Appliance, then go to the Downloads folder. In this case, I put it in Chrome Downloads. And this is the file, the Appliance Server OVA. Highlight it and click Open. And again, for this tutorial, we're going to go do all defaults. So here we're going to import it, click Next. Keep everything default, hit Import. Okay, so when that finishes, go ahead and highlight it, and we're going to actually power it on by clicking Start up here. And you should see the appliance start booting up. Okay, when that boots up, we're going to go ahead and log in as root. And the default password is OpenVPN-AS. And at this point, it's going to try and configure itself. Since we are using VirtualBox and not VMware ESXi, we need to hit No here right now. And then you're going to be kicked out to a shell screen. Okay, so once you're in the shell screen, the first thing we need to do is determine what device is the network card was assigned to. So to do that, you type in ifconfig-a. Okay, so after running ifconfig-a, you can see the device name is ENP0S17. So we need to take note and remember that. And so we're now going to modify the network file. And in this appliance, it's found in etc network interfaces. So again, I'm using Vi. Here you will see the device assigned by the appliance is ENS32, so that's wrong, so we need to change that. So the ENS32 we're going to change to the device that was assigned to it, so it is ENP0S17. And down here for the interface you got to do the same thing. Okay, after doing that, go ahead and save the file. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and reboot the machine. Okay, so to reboot the machine, we're just gonna type in init6. Okay, so once it's rebooted, go ahead and log in as root again with the same default password, OpenVPN AS. And this time, we're going to hit yes. And again, for this tutorial, we're going to do all defaults. So here, just hit enter. And now you will see the ENP0S17 get an IP. Again, it's going to pick 2 default. Everything default. Just keep hitting enter. Okay, so once it's done configuring, pay attention to the IP here. You can see, so we're going to need to put that in a browser to configure the appliance. Okay, so the next step is we need to actually find out our external IP. So if you don't know your external IP, one of the easier ways to do it is to open up a browser and go to whatismyip.com. And then pay attention to the IP that you have here. Okay, now go back to the appliance, and in the appliance you will see it gives you the URL to configure it. So we're going to go ahead and go to this URL. So it's 172.16.1.13:943/admin. And from here, click Advanced, click Proceed, and then you're brought to the admin login page. Okay, before we log in with this thing, we actually need to set the password for the user OpenVPN. So go back to VirtualBox, and then from here, type the command passwd space OpenVPN. And then go ahead and choose a password. Type it again. Okay, once that is set, go back to the GUI. And then here, type in for the username OpenVPN. And then the password that you just set from VirtualBox. Click on Agree. And now we're at the web interface. Okay, from here, we're going to actually go ahead and stop the server. So click on Stop. Click on Confirm. So once that is stopped, we're going to go ahead and change some settings. So click on Server Network Settings. And from the hostname or IP address here, we're actually going to use the external IP. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And then instead of the 172.16.113, because that is your internal IP, and since you want it to be external facing, you would want to use the external IP. So change that. Scroll down and click on Save Settings. And then after that, we click on Status Overview, and we're going to go ahead and start the server. So now you see the server name, it has changed with the external IP. So that actually concludes the setup part for OpenVPN. And now we're going to go ahead and configure the router. Okay, so go ahead and access your router. Okay, so for my particular router, we're going to go to security and then apps and gaming and then single port forwarding. So this will be different again depending on your router, but you need to go to the port forwarding portion of your router. So here we're going to add two lines, two ports. So one is 1194 and the other one's 943. So click on add new single port forwarding. For the application name, I'm just going to call it OpenVPN. Again, external port is 1194, internal port 1194. Protocol, use both. And the IP will be the IP of your appliance, your VPN appliance. So here it's 113. And make sure it's enabled. And then go ahead and add another one. Here, I'll also name it VPN. It doesn't matter, you can name it whatever you want. Here it's 943, same deal, 1 and 13. Then click on save and apply. So this concludes setting up the router. Okay, so now to test the VPN settings, and I'll be using my iPhone. As you can see, I am just using the 4G LTE and not Wi-Fi. So the first thing we need to do is download the OpenVPN app. So go to the App Store. And then search for OpenVPN. Then go ahead and download the OpenVPN Connect. Then click on Open. Okay, so once it opens in the enter access server hostname, you're going to actually put in the your external IP. So it's https:// and then your IP, and then you need :943 for the port. Hit return, and that should open up a page. And as you can see, it takes you to the login page because the router is redirecting you. And from here on out, we're going to actually download the profile. So in the bottom, you see yourself user lock profile. Click on that. And then you get to this page and click on open in OpenVPN. And this will install that profile. And then click on the plus sign. And then enter your password. And go ahead and click save. Hit return. And then hit yes. So now you can see I am actually VPN'd in. You can see from the VPN on the top that I am connected. Okay, so for something cool right now, just to test the VPN, you can go ahead and download the remote desktop app by Microsoft, which I already have. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that. It's the RD client. So as you can see, once you set that up, you can have Windows 10 running in your iPhone. Isn't that pretty neat? So that concludes this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it. Hit like, subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.